Hello, listeners, and welcome back to our channel. I'm T Storyteller. So, I hope that all of you are doing great and all of you are eager to learn something new. That's why today I am here with our new story, The Six Blind Men. This is a very funny and interesting story. So, before moving towards our story, if you like my voice or like this story, so please do subscribe to our channel. So, now let's move towards it. Very long ago, six old men lived in an Indian village. Each of these six men was born blind. The villagers loved these old men and kept them safe away from harm. Since the six blind men could not see the world for themselves, they imagined many of its wonders. They listened carefully to the stories of travelers to learn about life outside the village. The six men were curious about the travelers' stories they heard, but they were most curious about elephants. They were told that elephants could carry huge burdens, trample forests, and frighten young and old with their loud trumpet calls. But the men also knew that the Raja's daughter rode an elephant when she travelled in her father's kingdom. They thought, would the Raja let his dear daughter get near to such a dangerous creature? The old blind man argued day and night about elephants. An elephant must be a mighty giant, said the first blind man. He had heard stories about how elephants were used to clear forests and build roads. No, you are wrong, replied the second blind man. An elephant must be a graceful and gentle animal if a princess is to ride on its back. You are incorrect. I have heard that the creature can pierce a man's heart with its strong, terrible horn. Please spoke the fourth blind man. You are all mistaken. It's nothing more than a long cow sort of animal. You know how people exaggerate. I am pretty sure that an elephant is something magical, said the fifth blind man. That would explain why the Raja's daughter travels safely throughout the kingdom. I don't believe elephants exist, argued the sixth blind man. I think we all are the victims of a cruel joke. The villagers grew tired of the blind man's arguments and they arranged for them to visit to Raja's palace to learn the truth about elephants. A boy from their village was selected to guide the six blind men on their journey. The smallest man kept his hand on the boy's shoulder. The second blind man kept his hand on his friend's shoulder and so on until all the men were ready to walk. When the six blind men reached the palace, they were greeted by an old friend from their village who worked on the palace grounds as a gardener. The gardener led them to the courtyard. They stood the big creature. The blind man stepped ahead to touch the animal. The first blind man kept his hand on the side of the creature. An elephant is smooth and solid like a wall, he said. It must be a very powerful creature. The second blind man raised and put his hand on the creature's limber trunk. The animal is like a giant snake, he announced. The third blind man touched the elephant's pointed tusk. I was right, he decided. An elephant is sharp as a spear. The fourth blind man touched the elephant's one for the forelegs. It's an extremely large cow, he said. The fifth blind man felt the elephant's enormous ear and said, I believe this creature is like a magic carpet that can fly over treetops and mountains. The sixth blind man touched the creature's coarse tail. Why is this elephant nothing more than a piece of old rope? Dangerous indeed, he said. The gardener led the blind man to the shade of a tree. Sit here and rest before the long journey home, he said. Let me bring you some water to drink. While they waited, the blind man talked about the elephant. The creature is like a wall, said the first blind man. Surely now we can finally agree on that because we saw it. A wall? No, an elephant is a giant snake, said the other one. It's like a spear, said the third man. I am sure it's a giant cow, said the fourth blind man. It's like a magic carpet, without any doubt, said the fifth blind man. Don't you see? Someone's used a rope to trick us, said the sixth blind man. The argument of the blind man continued. Their shouts grew louder and louder. Wall, snake, spear, cow, carpet, rope, they all are shouting loudly. Stop shouting, a very angry voice called out. It was the Raja. He was awakened for his nap by the noisy argument of the blind man. How can all of you be so certain that you are right? Asked the Raja. The blind man considered the question, knowing that the Raja is very wise man. The blind man decided to say nothing at all. The elephant is a very huge and large animal, said the Raja. Each of you touched only one part. Perhaps if you all will put the parts together, you will see the truth. Now let me take a nap in peace. When the gardener returned with the water, the sixth blind man rested quietly in the shade, thinking about what the Rajas advised. The Raja is right, said the first blind man. To learn the truth, we all must put the parts together. Let's discuss this on the journey back home. Again, the first blind man kept his hand on the shoulder of the young boy who would guide them home. The second blind man kept a hand on his friend's shoulder, and so on, until all six men were ready to walk back together. The end. I hope that all of you like this story, so please do like, share, subscribe, and comment on our channel. And if you want to listen any specific story, so let us know in the comment box. Thanks for listening.